How to start your fitness journey. It's very simple. You just fucking start. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to start something that you want, especially if you want it bad enough. For me as a kid, growing up, I was very skinny, low self-confidence, didn't talk much, always kept my head down, and just did the work that I needed to do in school. So as I was growing up, with that low self-confidence, I was able to be athletic. I was able to move around, very strong. But my appearance is what caused me to have that certain self-doubt because I wasn't gaining any weight. I guess as a kid, you have that fast metabolism and, which is a good thing. But for me, I felt like it was holding my confidence a little bit because I felt like I wasn't, presentable enough for people to engage in conversation with me. So as I'm sitting in the classroom, I remember one day my gym teacher came down. Across the room from my classroom, there were two doors. One was the main office, and one was I guess I would call it like a secret room that my gym teacher would always go to. So after the class was over, I went across, me being a curious kid, being nosy, knocking on the door. He happily opened the door for me and allowed me to go inside. And then once I went inside, I saw that there was a weight room. And then he was telling me, hey, listen, Eric, I know you do do the basketball in the gyms or whatever, but if you ever want to start a weight room program that I'm starting with twice a week, you're welcome to get extra credit. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, why not? Let's just do it. Ever since then, never looked back. I enjoyed working out. I got to learn a lot. It was hard as hell, but, the soreness is what he told me that it was working. And then once I had that, I needed to learn, okay, of course, how to eat, how to train properly and give my body enough rest, which was, again, why he only gave twice a week for that extra credit. And then ever since then, I found really what my passion was. I literally looked at my gym teacher and said, you know what? I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with my life, but now I want to do this. I want to be able to be strong. I want to be able to help people. I want to be able to build their confidence just like you helped me, And years down the line, I remember bumping into him a while back. This was like before COVID. And then, we saw each other and he recognized me. He was like, hey, didn't you used to go to such and such school? And I'm like, yeah. Oh, it was me, the skinny guy that, couldn't build any type of muscle. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, what do you do? It's like, guess what? I told you what I told you that I was going to be. I am a trainer and I help people and I build their confidence. When I said that to him, his eyes glue up and he loved every moment of it because I kept that word not only to him but to myself because I knew that this was a passion that I loved doing to help people. But again, back then for me, again, it was a journey. It was definitely something that I needed to really focus on and find my passion and enjoy the process because a lot of you guys nowadays want everything so quick, but you have to realize that you have to enjoy the process because when you finally get to the goal, you'll realize back then you saw the steps that you took to get there. Because everyone wants it half-assed, everyone wants to do it. You guys want to do it half-assed and then you always want to get the result. But guess what? Sometimes having to get the quick fix is not what's going to discipline you. You're missing the whole learning point of this journey. So always try to remember that anything that you pursue in life, whether it's fitness, whether it's finance, whether it's just to be a better person overall, you have to take those daily steps to make sure that you know that, this is a process and I'm going to love this process. And as I get to the goal, I can look back in the steps and the systems that I took to get there, whether it's to reflect that for yourself or reflect that to your kids and say, hey, listen, this is how I did it. I'm sure there's other ways of how to do it. But if you want to do it the right way, then you know that you will have to do those daily steps to get to where you need to be. So always remember that, guys, because life is too short. You don't want to do anything half-assed because you're going to get half-assed results. Sometimes you have to get up early. Sometimes you have to stay up late. Sometimes you have to sacrifice sleep. But it all depends on how bad you really want it. It's crazy because, back then I think about, even now as I'm sitting here reflecting on all the struggles that I faced it from birth to, having some type of learning disability to get through school a little bit because, there were times where I felt like I was different from others, but I always looked at it as a bad way, but really I should have looked at it as a positive way, because you know what? It helped me push further. And as I'm sitting here now thinking about it, it's like I am glad that I went through those struggles, because it helped me discover who I really am as a person and not give up and not taking any easy way out of life, and just being a fighter. Because you have to realize, like, you guys are fighters, you guys are warriors. You just can't give up, and you can't hear what other people think of what you should do. If it's not benefiting you, then you need to remove yourself from those type of people, so that way you can be able to go and follow your own path and let them follow their own path. Because at the end of the day, it's your journey, no matter what you want to do in life. So please, when I tell you this, take it to heart. I don't care if you have to record the video again and listen to it again. Sometimes you need to, because you really need to hear, like, listen, this is your journey. This is something that you have to do and follow on your own path. You know, there are people who are going to help you. You know, it's never bad to ask for help, but you still have to walk that path alone, because it is your journey. It is the systems that you have to go through, and it's your goal. So if anyone feels like they need help, you could always hit me on my DM, on my Instagram at influentialfitness_, and we could just talk about, you know, what you want to do in terms of goals. It doesn't, again, necessarily have to be fitness. I practice mindset, fitness, nutrition, but everything from those three are the principles of what you can apply in everyday life. Because how I got successful in life, and I'm still striving, is because I use those principles of being dedicated, staying consistent, you know, keep going even though it was hard, and finally becoming the person I was meant to be. Because, you know, I follow those principles from the gym, from back then in school, to apply in life. There's no difference. The only difference is the scenery, but the principles remain the same. So always remember that, guys. Let's go.